A few years ago, I moved to the United States. And for those who don't know, once you get here, you have to clock in and clock out. 9 to 5 here, 9 to 5 there. But sometimes it gets overwhelming, and then you start to worry. Am I not working hard enough? Then you start picking extra shifts, 2 jobs, and all of that. But down the road, you still realize, you know what? It seems like something is wrong. However, these days I talk to people and I don't realize, see, it is not just about the job, it's not just about the extra shift, it's not just about what you do, but how you do it. Today I have someone with me. Welcome to Toride.
Thank you.
Boss Saaghe Fogwe. How's everything?
Good, good. I'm
Tell
doing
us
well.
a little bit about you, where you're from, your names, and...
Okay, so my name is Saaghe Fogwe, as you said. I'm from Cameroon, West Africa, originally. Been in the United States for 26 years now.
Wow.
Lived in Minnesota, of all places, for 9 years.
Wow.
Then moved to Texas, and I've been here now for 18 years.
Wow. How often do you go back to Cameroon?
Strangely enough, I've only been home twice in 26 years. So I went home in 2000, and the last time I was home was in 2009.
Wow. So when you go home, what is the atmosphere for you? What is the feeling?
Well, I'm one of those who enjoyed growing up in Cameroon. I really did. So going back home, just, you know, having to eat food straight from the farm, fresh food. You eat your corn, your peanuts, plums, mangoes straight from the tree, just that feeling. And then the hospitality, that's a different feeling. So whenever I went home, there was no food was not lacking. You had people bring food to you. You just had that joy and relaxation. You're not stressed out thinking about bills. Really relaxed, a relaxed environment. That's how I felt when I went home.
Now, you're a licensed financial professional.
Yes.
What is that all about?
Well, there's actually a journey that I went through to get to this point. So initially, I was a staff accountant for 10 years. So I actually was around money already. I was a staff accountant, worked for 10 years, and then circled back and went into the medical field. So I became a nurse practitioner, which I still am right now. And then somehow finances found me again. And there was a gap that was bridged for me, because being in the medical field, you deal with helping people with their health. But at the same time, most people who are dealing with their health, they have issues with finances. So I've had situations as a nurse where I'm trying to discharge a patient, and the patient, or actually a patient is insisting on being discharged when they're not ready to go home. And the reason is because they have bills. They're worried about losing their job. They're worried about those bills piling up while they're in the hospital, even though they need to be taken care of. So when I came across finances, it made a light bulb went off for me, because there was something that connected. If you're not healthy, you cannot work to earn the money that you need to live. And if you don't have the money and you have bad health, you cannot take care of your health. So healthcare and wealth care go together for me. Yeah. So with that in mind, when the financial space came across my path, I decided to get licensed to know more about it. Just a license that I got from the state has taught me so much more than when I worked 10 years in accounting. Because at that level, you had CEOs, you had executive people who never told you a lot about the financial space. But with this little license that I've gotten right now, I call it little, but it's not little. There's a lot that you can do with it. But being licensed with the state, I've learned so much more about what you can do to help people gain financial freedom. So being a licensed financial professional basically has taught me to help people, educate people about finances while educating myself, because there's so many things I didn't know. So I've educated myself, and now I'm going out and helping people in the community as well.
It's easy to say go out. Why do you think it's important for you to acquire this knowledge, and then now you want to go out into our community and share?
It's very important because at the end of the day, if I ask you, why do people work every day? To earn a living, right?
Sure.
Earning a living, it can only take you so much. Paycheck to paycheck to paycheck. You're waiting for that paycheck. If that paycheck goes away, what happens? You don't know where your next meal is coming from. You don't know how you're going to pay your bills. If sickness hits, you don't know how you're going to take care of that. So the reason this is important to me is because I know my community and many other communities are struggling with a pandemic. There's a pandemic called the GoFundMe.
Oh,
It's a big pandemic, bigger than COVID, in the sense that we have people, when they get sick, they have to send out a GoFundMe link for people to contribute to take care of that person. If somebody dies and they haven't prepared for death, the community has to contribute to send that person, especially someone like me who's from Africa. Most people have to go back home. They want to be buried back home. The only way you can go is because the people have to make sure that that happens if you don't prepare for it properly. Those two things are a big, they might be more, but we have that pandemic going around so much that it's a burden on the community. Yes, we like solidarity. Yes, we like helping each other. But at some point, it becomes a lot. Like, for example, during the pandemic, people were already not working, didn't have a lot of funds, but that didn't stop people from getting sick or from dying. So the reason I'm wanting to help my community is because I want to educate people so that we can change the generational poverty and change it to generational wealth. Because if I learn the proper way of taking care of my finances and preserving it, I can pass it on to my kids.
That's true.
So that they don't go through the same problems I went through growing up.
What is one financial advice you would like to give our community at this time?
The main thing I would want to tell people is that you have to know the rules of money. You have to know how money grows, how money gets taxed. What can money do for you, and how do I preserve that money so that it can grow on its own, where money is working overnight while you're sleeping. We're not working for money, but money is working for us. That's one thing I wanted to tell the community.
Do you think there's any advantage working with you specifically when it comes to all these money matters?
So working with me, I mean, look at this face. You work with this. Anyway, no, jokes aside, I'm a coach. I'm a mentor. I'm somebody who definitely, I'm a people person. I like relating to people. I like people in the community. And I don't just want to sit around and chit-chat, watch soap operas or, you know, gossip. I want to relate to people who actually want to make a difference. I want people who want the community to change. If you're having a conversation with somebody for 30 minutes and there's nothing productive coming out of that, yes, sometimes you can have those conversations just to relax and de-stress, you know, from the stressors in life, right? But most of the time, you want that quality conversation. You want something that will change the next person's life, will change your neighbor's life, will change your friend, your family, whoever, your acquaintances, people you work with. You want to change their lives, and that's what I'm about. So I don't want it to just be me. I don't want to be that one person who's doing well in the community and then people around me are not doing well and I'm bragging. I don't want to be that person. I want to grow together with everybody, help people become leaders. I'm a leader. I want to grow leaders, and I want them to learn how to grow leaders, because that's how we'll make our community better.
Wow. A few days ago, we celebrated you. Why did you think it was important to do that?
I think it was very important to do that celebration because when it was two different things, celebrating success, but at the same time thanking God. Because you want to always be thankful for the little strides that you make in life. Because if you're doing something in the community, you're making a difference, you want to be able to take a moment and take stock of that time. Take stock of your success and the lengths that you've gone through, and also showcase it to people who maybe don't believe in what you're doing, or they're still doubtful, or they just need something to remind them. So sometimes you need those celebrations. Just bring people together so they can have fun, let their hair down, get away from work, and just realize that, wow, we're doing something in the community, we're making a change. And that's why I thought that celebration was necessary.
The testimonies, how did you feel?
The testimonies, they were really good. I mean, it gave me a glimpse of what people would say if I were to pass away today. And sometimes they say, let me smell my flowers while I'm here.
Yeah, that's true.
Not when I'm gone. I don't want people coming, if I'm, you know, I'm gone today and they're making long speeches, they can't get you, you have all these regrets, things that you wish you had told Saaghe while she was here. So it felt good to hear what people had, what they thought about me and what they felt about me, and just I relate to people, and I don't know that I'm making an impact in their lives. And those testimonies really helped me realize that I am making a difference. It gave me some more momentum to keep going forward, to show me that what I'm doing is the right thing and I'm making a change in people's lives.
Besides the event, I learn you organize seminars every now and then.
Yeah, so occasionally I do in-person events. So like in hotels, people's homes, I meet people at their point of comfort. Even in restaurants, I meet people. So I do these seminars because I want to keep educating people. I have to keep spreading the word, telling them more about what I've found out. This is information that has been around for over 100 years. At some point, it was reserved to certain people, because even when you go talk to people, some people look at you like, you're not supposed to know this. Your kind is not supposed to know this. And I raise my eyebrows to that and smile sometimes, but it is true. That information was left for the elites. Some people who are a certain class, a certain income bracket was supposed to, because if you go sometimes to talk to a financial advisor, there are times when they ask you how much you make.
Yes.
On my platform, that's not the case. I don't care how much you make. I come to you to your point of comfort to make sure that before I leave your home, before I leave that event that I've organized, you gain something out of it, and you make sure that you're protected, so that tomorrow I know that I feel good about myself that I helped you at your point of comfort. And then of course, when things get better, you can always expand on whatever protection you have for yourself.
If somebody was to reach out to you, how are they supposed to do that?
Well, so we're on Facebook. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, TikTok, I'm on YouTube, but you can also send me private messages, DM, direct message. So I'm everywhere. I mean, I'm on social media with my first and last name, Saaghe Fogwe. So if you look me up on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all of that, you can find me and send me a message.
What do you think is the future of our community if the financial knowledge we have increased by 50%?
So if it increases by 50%, that's better than where we were 5-10 years ago. And the reason that will make a difference is that most people will be financially free. We won't be dependent on each other too much. We'll be more relaxed when somebody passes away, because everybody would have protected themselves so well that it'll be about celebrating that person's life. Everything is taken care of. We've made sure that their will be, in place. They have a trust for their kids, just like other communities do. It will make sure that people can retire early. The government will not tell you when to retire, because there's no reason that they should set a number of 60 or 65 for people to retire. You can decide. We have people on my platform who are retiring at age 30.
Wow.
Or in their 40s, they're retiring. They can, because they're financially free. And that's my goal, to help so many younger people who are younger than me. I'm in my 40s, and I want people who are younger than me to know what I wish I knew 20 years ago, so that they can ensure that even if they're not retiring today, the day even if they write down a goal and say, I want to retire in 5 years, they can acquire that dream. Because what we do, we are making sure that people realize their dreams. People's visions can be as big as they want it to be, as big as they want it to be, and they can achieve it because of financial freedom.
Now, I think this should be my last question. What are you expecting from our community, and what do you think our people should start doing so we can get to that place where between now and next 10 years, we should at least have that 50% shift?
So what we need to do is to have open minds. We need to have a mindset shift where we're not only thinking about today. I want us to think beyond Saturday. I want us to think beyond next week and start thinking generational, in the sense that whatever I'm doing today, even if I don't have children, my future children, I should already start thinking about them if I plan on having kids. Even if you don't have kids, you have cousins, you have nieces and nephews, you have people, kids, other kids in your family that, that look up to you. So we should start thinking that way, where we're leaving generational wealth. It will make a big difference in our community. And being open-minded means when you attend a seminar, you attend an event, even if you've heard that information before, go with an open mind, still have your notebook. You will hear one new thing that you hadn't heard before. And if you implement that new thing, it might change the direction of your finances. So we need to start doing that. And then we need to do immediate action. When we hear something, procrastination should not be part of our daily activity. We should not procrastinate. We need to take immediate action. If somebody says, reach out to me, reach out. The highest thing you can do is tell them, no, I don't want the information you just told me. But you can't unlearn what they just told you. You will walk away with something. And for me, that's big, because I've planted a seed in you. Even if you go 5, 10 years and you don't come back to me, you'll meet somebody who does the same thing that I do. And if you implement what they tell you, I'm still going to celebrate that I planted that seed in you. So those are the two main things I'll let people know: immediate action and open-mindedness, or mindset shift.
Is there anything you wanted us to talk about, maybe that I did not bring it up?
I think we covered mostly everything here. The main thing that I, was just to, I'm glad that we had this opportunity to sit down and talk, just so people can know what I'm doing, because I don't want to be in the closet doing what I do. I want people to, I want to be proud about what I do. So people should feel free to reach out to me, whether it's to come and learn a little bit more for their personal use, or if they want to join me on this journey, I'm happy to have them. I'll mentor you, I'll coach you to join me on this journey, because we need boots on the ground. We need so many people doing what I do, because there are communities out there, there are people out there that I'll never meet. You have friends that I don't know.
That's true.
But if you don't join me, and we've talked about this, so if you don't join me on this journey, I'll never meet your friends.
That's true.
You're in between them and me. Be educating them, and then it continues to spread, because everybody needs this information.
Oof, okay, the promise is January. I'm starting everything, and I promise. I don't know how long it's gonna take, but I'll definitely do that between January and February. And yeah, because like I said at the start, 9 to 5, yeah, but then you have to really understand how it works. So you can start going to Hawaii also and just chill, retire at 30, retire early. She always talk about generational wealth, generational wealth, generational wealth. If you like yourself, if you like the world, if you like the people around you, I think you want to reach out to her. Phone calls, go to her Facebook, social media, email, everything is going to be in the video. There's more to it I've got on today. No procrastinate le meal. It don't talk nice for me for so we'll do one today. I say January. But definitely I'll do it January. Just that I have too much on my plate right now.
You guys heard it on Tori Day.
Yeah.
He made public accountability. That's a big deal. He just declared it on here. So we'll come back to this video in January. Okay.
And that is small to it. I'll get time. Please let us know what you think. Share the video. Follow us on all our social media. Thank everyone who is subscribing on YouTube.